Welcome back to the channel, Jcfigz here, and today we're going to review the Ringside Collectibles exclusive AEW Blood and Guts CM Punk and MJF action figures. This Blood and Guts set is based off the AEW Revolution pay-per-view, which took place March 6, 2022 between Max and CM Punk in a dog collar match. Now you can see clips of this match all over the internet, however you can't really find the full match legally. Hopefully AEW gets a streaming deal going soon so we can go back and watch some of the AEW classics. The only place you can pick this AEW Blood and Guts set up at is at ringsidecollectibles.com because this is a Ringside exclusive. Right now it is available and in stock for $58.99. This will most likely be one of, if not the most sought after Blood and Guts set in the AEW line. Now let's go ahead and kick it off with the box art here on the front. It says Blood and Guts dog collar match at the bottom. We have the names of the wrestlers, MJF, CM Punk. There's a nice window where you can see the wrestlers in the center, and there's blood splattered all over the box, even on the plastic window on the front. And the figures themselves look really good. They both have the dog collar around their necks, and you can see them each holding the chain as well. They absolutely kill it when it comes to packaging. On the left side of the box you can see some more accessories that it comes with, the extra heads and extra hands. It says Blood and Guts dog collar match at the bottom there again. On the back we have a nice picture of CM Punk blinding MJF with a chain on his eyes. There's a couple of signatures here. We have CM Punk signatures and MJF signatures. It says Blood and Guts dog collar match there again at the bottom. There's some chains on the outsides and the corners of this box, and again just a bunch of blood all over the box. On the right side of the box there is some more pictures of MJF and CM Punk, some more chains, some more blood. Unrivaled collection number 114. Overall, this box art on the AEW Blood and Guts figures, on all of them, I just absolutely love it. Now I was an Attitude Era kid, so I love all the violence that comes with wrestling, and I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan. You guys know there's a ton of blood in that, so I'm all for this AEW Blood and Guts line. Let me know what you guys think about the Blood and Guts packaging in the comments below. Now let's go ahead and crack this box open and take a closer look at each one of these figures. Let's begin with an overview of MJF, and the head scan that comes on this figure initially is probably Jcfigz's best work of an MJF head scan. The beard looks excellent, the hair, the lip is kind of puckered. It definitely resembles MJF the most out of any of his other figures in my opinion. Now you can see the blood trickling down his face. There's no blood stain in the hair, however. That's not anything to worry about at all. There's blood trickling down his torso, on his shoulders, on his arms, all over his back. There's even blood on his wrist wraps and on his hands. There is no blood on the elbow pad, however, but I mean it is a black elbow pad. You wouldn't really see it much there anyway. He has green glossy tights on, and there is images of two lions, and there is blood on those tights as well. There's blood on the left leg trickling down. There is no blood on the back of the tights, but it does say MJF. And I gotta admit, this green glossy look looks incredible. He has green glossy knee pads and green glossy leg wraps as well. White boots with white laces and a gold lion on the outside of each boot. Overall, the attire on this MJF figure is fantastic. It's very toyetic and it looks great. The accessories that MJF comes with is an extra head. It's a screaming head scan. Now this head scan does not look as good as the one that initially comes on the figure, but it's still cool to have an alternate head scan, and you can see the hair kind of dangling in front of his face there, and even more blood on this head scan than the other one. There's even blood all over his mouth and even some in his teeth. He comes with 4 extra hands. 2 are closed fist hands. 1 is a quarter way open so he can hold something, and another one is the left hand that is about 3/4 way open. Overall, this set doesn't come with a whole lot of accessories like the Kenny Omega and Jon Moxley deathmatch set did. And I believe that set originally was the same price as this one. However, this set's still really cool. Now we'll go ahead and move on to CM Punk. CM Punk's initial head scan looks great. Definitely resembles CM Punk. Probably one of Jcfigz's best work for CM Punk, and his hair is all sweaty and bloody, and it's just dangling all in his face, even in his eyes. You can see the blood pouring down his forehead and all over his nose and mouth. It looks great. Blood all over the torso, just like MJF, all over the arms, just splattered everywhere. CM Punk is just, he looks like he just got fatality'd in Mortal Kombat. There's just blood all over the place, all over his forearms, his hands, everywhere. Now the tattoos look really good, even with the blood splatter all over them. His pants are this like tannish pants with some black lines. It says Punk on the right side, 3 X's on the left side for straight edge, and there's blood all over those trunks as well. Black knee pads, black shin guards, black boots. No blood on the knee pads or on the boots, but there really doesn't need to be anyway. CM Punk looks fantastic. His accessories include 1 extra head. It is a screaming head, and it is just absolutely covered in blood. You can barely see any of the skin tone at all on the screaming head, and this screaming head skin looks really good as well. Now he comes with 4 extra hands also. 1 pair of hands is straight finger hands, and 1 pair of hands is closed fist hands. Of course, this set also comes with the dog collar accessory, and it is like a real chain. It looks amazing and it feels amazing. Now we'll go ahead and do an articulation test, some comparisons, and then take some action shots. CM Punk's articulation, his head spins all the way around, Exorcist style. It goes down and back up. Good head movement there by CM Punk. The shoulders spin all the way around like so. We have double jointed pinned elbows. The hands or the wrists can go inward, and they can also go outward, and they can spin all the way around. We have the torso swivel here, just like the WWE Ultimate Editions. The waist spins kind of. However, of course, if you twist it too much, it will pop off. We can do the splits sideways for the most part. We can do the frontward splits as well. We have the thigh cut up here at the top, and the double jointed pinned knees. The articulation is hindered a little bit just because of the knee pads. We also have the shin cut here, so the shins can move. The feet can go down and back up, and there are no toe cuts. Overall, this figure should be able to do just about anything you would want him to do wrestling wise, and MJF has the same articulation as well. Here we have some CM Punk comparisons, and there's a few differences here. First of all, the head scans are all different. Secondly, the tattoos are much more vibrant on the AEW Blood and Guts CM Punk. One other thing to note about the tattoos is that they're not just more vibrant on the Blood and Guts CM Punk, they're also a little bit larger than the other 2 figures. You can especially notice that on his back, where you can see the fish. Much more clear on the Blood and Guts Punk than you can on the other 2. Other than the tattoos, the wrist wraps on the Blood and Guts Punk is also darker than the wrist wraps on the other 2 Punk figures. Now that makes this Punk look more realistic because the wristbands are darker, so it looks like it's sweaty, it's been through hell. One other thing to note is that the Blood and Guts Punk is slightly taller than the other 2 Punk figures. Even still, with those slight differences, each one of these Punks are definitely great figures to have, and if you don't have all of them in your collection, I highly suggest getting them. If you've been collecting action figures for a while like I have, then you know that the CM Punk action figures always increase in value. Here's some MJF comparisons, and just like CM Punk, all 3 of these head scans are different. Like I said earlier, this Blood and Guts MJF is the best that Jcfigz has produced so far, in my opinion anyway. Besides that, all the wristbands are different, the tights are different, the knee pads, and the boots for the most part. Even his hair is slightly different. I'm definitely digging the Blood and Guts MJF, however I do wish he had the tan that the one on the very left has. Hopefully sometime soon we'll get a Supreme CM Punk and a Supreme MJF. That would be awesome. Until then, there's quite a bit of choices for each one of these figures. So make sure you grab them while you still can, because MJF and CM Punk, they're both really hot right now in wrestling, and their figures will increase in price. Here's a comparison between the first AEW Blood and Guts set, Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes, and you can really see some differences here. Now on Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes, they both have blood-stained hair, especially Cody Rhodes. The detailing in the hair is excellent. He also has some blood on his boots, and I really wish that MJF had a few drops of blood on his boots, seeing how they are white. Nevertheless, you can see that the detailing in the blood has improved since this first AEW Blood and Guts set. It looks much more realistic on MJF and CM Punk. Here we're comparing the Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega Deathmatch Blood and Guts set. And here you can see Kenny Omega's hair is bloodstained as well. Yeah, I just really wish that MJF would have some blood staining in his hair, but it still looks good anyway. And even here you can see how MJF and CM Punk's blood just looks more real than Mox and Omega's. Mox and Omega's blood is just a little bit too bright red and not really blood red, whereas Punk and Max have slightly darker blood red. I threw Britt Baker in the back there, even though I have to say she is probably my least favorite in the Blood and Guts line. She just doesn't have a whole lot of blood on her body at all. I don't think there's any on her body actually. It's just on her face and in her hair. It's just very underwhelming. Now of course there is also Thunder Rosa, and we have a Wheeler Yuta coming out very soon. I really can't wait to see what other Blood and Guts sets Jazzwares makes, but I know they have a ton of options. Let me know who you want in the Blood and Guts line next in the comments below. If you want to put some blood on some of your other figures that don't already have blood on them, you can check out figurestoycompany.com. They have fake action figure blood to put on your action figures, and it comes off super easy. It doesn't stain your figures or your rings. Check out my video just to see what you're getting yourself into, and use discount code Jcfigz to save 10% at checkout. If you buy your wrestling figures from entertainmentearth.com or your Mortal Kombat action figures, you can use discount code Jcfigz to save 10% there as well. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Till next time, peace.
Perfect.